It's your boy Shaka Big, that mafioso, the done died, the coldest ninja with a nunchuck swinging behind his back, aka Shaka Black, aka SB Panther, aka Shaka Fuego, aka Shaka Flame, man. Listen, bro, we got Elder Scrolls 6 coming up, man. If you ain't never played Elder Scrolls, man, I don't know what to tell you, bro. And then with Bethesda, we got Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield coming up. So it's like they want to go crazy right now. And we know the big players in the Xbox, which is really PlayStation and Xbox, in the gaming world, is buying up land, buying up real estate. Xbox bought Bethesda and Activision, which is Call of Duty. So you know it's heating up, man. There's going to be pressure on Sony to get some exclusives that go as hard as these major franchises that's being bought. And right now it looks like Bethesda is turning up the heat on them. So let's get into it, bro. Let's get into it. What we got?
Do I look like a total mess? It's because I'm
goodness.
spackling and painting rooms because I'm currently moving. But the video game news does not stop. I'm not going to get changed for you guys. You guys don't care what I look like, right? Just cover me with the articles. Cover me with the videos, okay? Anyway, we got a lot of stuff to talk about, so let's talk about the first thing, the crazy headline that's been popping around. And you see it here on our video. The Elder Scrolls 6 release date. Well, sort of.
What is it? This is 2025?
We have talked so much already about the Microsoft, Activision, Blizzard, Xbox hearings throughout various countries, and most recently the FTC hearing in the United States, where regulators questioned both Microsoft and other industry heavyweights like Sony and
Listen, bro. Xbox just bought Overwatch, Diablo, Call of Duty, World of Warcraft. Well, of course, that's with Blizzard. And Stark, well, I don't really play StarCraft, but Candy Crush Saga has been a great cell phone game. I don't know if it's a good game, but the fact that they got Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, Diablo, and Overwatch, these are major hitters coming out right now, man. Especially Call of Duty. If they buy 2K games, it's over with for Sony. I'm telling you.
About the whole video game industry and the acquisitions and stuff, and we've had tons of juicy bits of information come out, but the last day of the FTC hearing, we got a pretty good little thing from Microsoft's lawyer specifically. So somebody who is presumably a little bit more in the know of Microsoft's business practices. The lawyer kind of maybe let it slip a little bit. Elder Scrolls 6 is a projected release date. From The Verge,
they trying to monopolize, man. Microsoft got so aggressive after the pandemic. I don't know if Bill Gates made a ton off the whatchamacallit. But after that, he just started going in and straight monopolizing on the game market. And I will say, Xbox doesn't get much love because PlayStation definitely is the hood's favorite. It's definitely the people's favorite. Ain't nobody even thinking of Xbox when it comes to gaming no more. Not like they used to, you know. It's all about PlayStation 5. Me personally, I got an Xbox. But seeing how Xbox is making these moves, they're going to make sure that they win the console war.
Quote from Microsoft's lawyer during the hearing: "Could I clarify one issue that counsel raised with you when asked about ZeniMax and asking him to find a game that was most similar to Xbox? He mentioned Elder Scrolls. That is incorrect. There are two Elder Scrolls games. One is online called Elder Scrolls Online,
which nobody really plays.
It's a multiplayer game. It is on PlayStation today. The game he's talking about, Elder Scrolls 16, the projected release is 2026.
2026
as a single-player game.
Dang.
Yeah, okay, so he made a mistake. He said Elder Scrolls 16. Presumably, I think it's safe to say he meant Elder Scrolls 6, and he said the year 2026, which is pretty believable. We've talked about it in the past.
Oh, man.
Bethesda from Xbox saying that it is very far away. They're clearly still very much in the works.
Yeah, we got Starfield coming. That's better. That's
date,
cool.
Year, window, whatever. It's something at least to go on. And this just kind of slipped out.
Starfield looked like it's going to be sick.
That came out at these hearings. A lot of it was just older business type people explaining to other older type business people how the business of video games works, what video games even are. But this nugget was kind of interesting, so we wanted to share it.
They ain't played games since Super Mario.
But again, if you're looking for a rough year to
since
go
Galaga,
on, maybe even further than that, there you go. 2026. Good luck. Don't hold your breath. Now,
man, what's up with all these games taking years to develop, man? We're not going to get a new Cyberpunk till 2030. We're not going to get a new Elder Scrolls till 2026. Who is going to come up and take the video game world by storm in between time? I don't know if Grand Theft Auto 6 coming out until 2025, 2026, knowing them. It's like, bro, who wants to wait? Man, we waiting longer than we waited for Avatar. Yeah.
Speaking of not holding your breath, I don't know about this one. The Red Dead Redemption remaster thing. We talked about this last week because a South Korean ratings board released a rating for a new.
They forgot about Red Dead.
You know, not Red Dead Redemption 2 or anything like that, but an actual Red Dead Redemption title. And South Korean rating boards have in the past leaked stuff early like this. The ratings come out, and then it turns out to be an early game reveal. So people are already taking that, and now more things are piling up, with some people putting together clues with Take-Two's earnings reports and games, 2 games that they are planning to release soon. Granted, Take-Two is very big. They have a lot of studios, so people are trying to put the clues together, but the biggest thing also was from Last Stand Media, Colin Moriarty, pointing out specifically that from what he has heard, the news in the past that like Rockstar scrapped all the remasters and remakes after the whole, Grand Theft Auto debacle. Apparently that is not the case, and with Red Dead Redemption specifically, they just took the time to work on it longer and make it better after that mistake. And with all the clues and all the rumors and everything kind of coming up together, it's seeming like if it is announced, it may be announced in August. Now, take this all with a grain of salt.
Listen, how they gonna come out with a Red Dead of Red Dead Online, the current version, which is a beautiful game. It's really realistic. I like the mechanics of it. I like the physics of it. It's real dope, but it's super undeveloped online. You got Grand Theft Auto Online, 200, 500 something cars, properties, all these expansion missions. You get on Red Dead and everything's pay to play, and it's not even much you can get. It's like, what's going on, bro? It's like y'all forgot about this game because y'all eating so much off Grand Theft Auto. And the only reason why the Grand Theft Auto remake was a problem for San Andreas was that you haven't dropped a Grand Theft Auto game in 2 generations, bro. Like, come on, we don't want a remaster. We done played San Andreas a million times. Where it still takes place in the same world as Grand Theft Auto 5. Come on,
None
man.
of this is confirmed. Rockstar hasn't responded to anything.
That shit was just a money grab.
Sources and stuff like that. But it could be a thing. And I think Red Dead Redemption is a great game to experience, and it would be fun to revisit. I replayed it a couple years ago. I said this last time. It's great. What I really also would like is to see Red Dead Redemption 2 beefed up for the next-gen consoles.
Right.
But if we're just asking for things, if we're just wishing to the Rockstar fairies, Red Dead Revolver, could we get some love? I know that's like I know it's like the black sheep, but it's also the coolest. Is that blasphemy to say? That game is sick. That game is so cool. It's also like not really a Rockstar game, but I don't care. Yeah, but in my head, it's Rockstar's coolest, weirdest game. So moving on over though, if we are going to talk about rumors and speculation and stuff like that, Rise of the Ronin. You probably remember this one being announced as like an open world, kind of Souls-like, cool colonial samurai adventure from Team Ninja. This looks super promising. When this was revealed, I've been really wanting to see more, and I think other people are itching for that too, because we do have some rumors,
I'm not big on
some
hack and slash
speculation,
games like
some
that.
leaks maybe from The Snitch, a leaker who has built a
Snitch.
reputation in the past for sure, and just
For
they
snitching.
had some little morsels. Specifically, that the game is a mix of Assassin's Creed, Ghost of Tsushima.
That's
and
what it
Dark
looked like on
Souls.
that clip.
They had a bunch of item descriptions and a couple of screenshots and stuff have leaked out there with a skill tree that you progress through to learn moves. We're not going to show those images.
I said I don't like hack and slash games, but I remember Jade Empire on the Xbox. Jade Empire really was a really good game. I actually love that game, man. That game was awesome.
So we don't get.
I don't even know if y'all remember Jade Empire
or whatever, but the game is going to have multiple difficulty options. It's going to be open world with side quests. It's going to have both performance and quality modes. There are apparently going to be romance options as well, which is a very cool random thing. I'll take that from a leak or a rumor. And also, it is planned for the first quarter of 2024. Now, a lot of those bits of information could just be speculation. Like, it's pretty easy predictions. But still, if the Snitch got it from a reputable source, that's promising stuff to hear. I'm just desperate to hear anything about that game. Maybe, at the very least, if the first quarter 2024 thing is true, if that does shake out, hopefully that means maybe we'll hear some more soon. Now, next up, before we move forward, big thank you to you for sponsoring this video. Thank you for watching.
You're welcome.
We have no sponsor segment this week, so I always like to say, hey, thanks for watching.
Hey, come join the team. I'll sponsor you, little
water.
Wardy.
Now, so thanks for clicking.
I'll sponsor you, little Wardy.
Puts food on the table, and we appreciate it. Not being corny, but yeah. Okay, this next one is kind of out of left field, but rumors and unnamed sources from Kotaku are suggesting that Ubisoft is working on remaking Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Is this what it feels like to get old? I still vividly remember platinuming that game and playing through the whole thing.
I have no idea what Assassin's Creed
like,
Black
I feel like
Flag
it just came
is.
out, and what? I get why they're doing it, because like Skull and Bones is never coming out. They're probably using that framework. Who knows? And I know people are sick of remasters and remakes, and I do want to point out that I see this.
Right. He not lying. I ain't trying to cut bro out, but what's up with all the remasters, bro? I guess that's how you feed the people when it's taking a lot longer to make games. Like I said earlier, we can all these half-baked games like Star Citizen that's still in alpha mode, and then you got more games that aren't completely finished, like we had the case you had with Cyberpunk. Like, what do you expect? Like, if you ask me, PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X and S haven't had any major releases in a while. Like major releases. What we got? Call of Duty. PlayStation got God of War. But back when PlayStation 4 first came out, I think it came out with Grand Theft Auto 4, if I'm not wrong. It came out with Grand Theft Auto 4 in the package. Upon release. It's like I don't know if it was a pandemic, but it's like the gaming industry is kind of stale unless you dig deep for games that aren't by AAA companies. So it's just like, what's going on?
For them, very much as a safe
you gotta
bet.
do a bunch of
remasters.
remasters.
It's always said, the quote is, in times of economic uncertainties, companies will always take safer bets, guaranteed wins, and remasters and remakes are those.
Exactly what I said.
Is like the best game. I love it so much. So I'm sorry.
I don't know what Assassin's Creed Black Flag is.
I don't know. I wouldn't mind a reason to replay it again.
I never really liked Assassin's Creed.
Blow it out and make it like the big RPG ones like Valhalla and Odyssey. I could see that also because it's like a big open ocean world. But for what it is, I just really like that game. So whatever they do, if this is true
sounds
or not,
cool though.
We'll see. But it was a wild rumor we had to bring up. I always say this. I've said this in so many videos on my channel and on here. Ubisoft, if you want to make money, just spin off. You should have, after Black Flag, you should have spun off and done games called Pirates Creed. Could keep doing your Assassin's Creed thing and then have pirate games called Pirates Creed, because you figured out the formula. There's a demand out there for pirate games. I know you're trying with Skull and Bones. I don't know what's going on with that, so just do this. Now,
listen, what we need is another Metal Gear Solid 3, I think. The one that was on PlayStation 3. They need to remaster that one, because that game was super good looking, the graphics wise, for that generation of console. And the gameplay, the stealth mechanics, crazy. Bring another Metal Gear out.
Something really cool I did want to talk about is from No Clip. No Clip, the famous video game documentaries headed up by Danny O'Dwyer, have unearthed like a decade or so of video game history. From the 90s to the early 2000s, they've got a bunch of stuff. They've got
destroy all humans.
VHS tapes and
that brings me
cards
back
and
to my
stuff,
childhood.
from old video game footage, promotional footage, event footage, stuff we've never seen before, stuff that doesn't currently exist on the internet, and stuff that does exist on the internet but is in low quality.
There go Metal Gear right there.
Working through all
that's
of this
Snake
stuff
Eater.
to clean it up and digitize it. And put
that's
it
Devil
out
May
on
Cry.
our archive channel, which I will link in the description down below. This is all Patreon funded. I'm not affiliated with them. I don't know, but like this is like a good drive, a good reason to support them because they are preserving this stuff. And on their archive channel, they've already been pumping out a bunch of new stuff, like old Soul Calibur trailers.
Oh man,
you've ever seen uploaded online? The infamous,
we used to play the hell out of Soul Calibur.
Nintendo video where they showed like a kind of early look at Metroid Prime and Link fighting Ganondorf. Remember
this
that video?
bringing me back.
It was Link fighting Ganon, and everybody was like, "Holy shit, this looks incredible!" And then after that, they came out with Toon Link, and everybody was pissed. Well, they re-uploaded that in probably the highest quality and better sound than we've ever seen. This stuff is important. I love seeing this stuff preserved because, like, if you're like me and you're like a weirdo, some of your favorite game series, like I just like to go online and look up old Metal Gear Solid trailers.
A game
like
enthusiast?
Game Show 1990, whatever. So for more games to be preserved in ways that they previously hadn't, like stuff like Tomb Raider, he teases so much. So it's really worth checking out. I'm being 100% genuine here. Please.
I remember my
click
pops
that
playing
in the
Tomb Raider on
description down below if you
PlayStation
wanna
1.
Check that all out. Also, Danny, if you're watching, let me know if you need any help. That shit is an absolute pain in the ass. VHS tapes and restoring that stuff is no joke. Ugh. Anyway, moving on. Speaking of video game history, we got some like random leaked Sega documents that are just out there on the internet.
Sega!
Almost 300 pages of internal documents that you can just download and look at. There's official documents, behind-the-scenes transcripts, sketches, notes. And this is from Sega in the mid-90s when they were like an absolute powerhouse. And there's some really cool stuff
happened there?
On record from the head of Sega America, specifically writing about the Sega Saturn console and how it was killing in Japan. And the quote is, "We are killing Sony. In every store in Japan, Saturn hardware is sold out and there are stacks of PlayStation."
What happened?
The retailers commented they can't compare true sales rate because Saturn sells out before they can measure accurate. I wish I could get all our staff, sales, retailers, analysts, media to see and understand what's happening in Japan. They would then understand why we will win here in the U.S. eventually.
That did not happen.
How that went for them.
Yeah, that did not really work.
Yeah, it
Famously,
did.
not too long after that, that CEO did resign. So there's that. But this is just a cool treasure trove of information. We got weird stuff we're talking about this week. And
He was
I thought
lying
this
for the
worth
stocks
sharing. Now some
to
quick
raise
trailers.
the
I
shares.
also wanted to link in the description down below. The first is a character gameplay reveal trailer for Rashid coming to Street Fighter 6.
Okay.
Street Fighter 6 is absolutely killing it. It got me interested in the game as kind of like a casual person who was always
Boy, that boy
afraid of
doing
Street
hella
Fighter.
flips.
It's great. And the character drop of Rashid is looking pretty awesome. The moves look pretty wild. And you're going to be able to play as him July 26th.
I know he
Also,
busy.
we just got a spicy new Mortal Kombat 1 trailer. Things just kind of keep
Oh,
getting
yeah, I
weirder
seen
with
that.
this game, and I'm down to be here for the ride. They revealed a bunch of new characters or characters that are going to be in the game.
Come out with
including
another
Smoke,
Dragon Ball
which is
Fighter Z.
awesome. The full trailer is linked. Then also, new Avatar game? No, not the blue people.
Listen, that Mortal Kombat movie was so trash. Let me tell you right now, that movie was so garbage. Like, Scorpion's great grandson or whatever he was super weak. Well, it just fell. He was super weak. He was so soft. I'm like, how is this guy Scorpion's predecessor? Like, he is not Scorpion, bro. He's a coochie. He's a coochie.
People, the bald boy who throws the wind. Excuse me. Avatar: The Last Airbender Quest for Balance is dropping fall 2023, and it's just like a full-ass Avatar game with Aang and all his friends reliving the adventure, getting that magic back. I know a lot of you guys out there are Avatar heads.
We used to love
a
Avatar.
disaster. We've played some bad Avatar and Legend of Korra games. Like there's hit and misses out there, so I'm curious to see how this one shakes out. But it kind of flew under the radar, so we figured we'd give it a mention. But also we got to talk about Gollum, our favorite gross, disgusting, wet boy from Middle Earth. No, we're not gonna keep ragging on the game. I think like that's all like ran its course, but. The whole issue, you know, the failed launch of the Gollum game seemingly is resulting in some problems for publisher developer Daedalic.
Is that from Lord of the Rings?
Daedalic has announced that they are closing their internal game division that did develop this game.
Oh, he was famous
this
for a little
German-based
minute,
publisher
but
is
that
still going
sounds
to
stupid.
Focus on just publishing their games, which is good because Daedalic does publish some important kind of weird, quirky games. They fill a niche.
That's
in this
precious.
industry, but unfortunately, the development side is shutting down, seemingly because of the big hit they took with Gollum. Along with that,
I mean, why did you
they
think that
are
game was gonna be
canceling
good?
Their next Lord of the Rings game. I know that news came out after Gollum released that they were just working on another Lord of the Rings game, but apparently that is now no more. So with all the ragging we do on Gollum,
They
it is
should have been
important
did
to
a
note that some people who were just trying their best.
They should have did a Game of Thrones game, because Game of Thrones kind of took the place of what Lord of the Rings used to be. And Gollum, man, none of these new kids remember him. Nobody remember him eating that raw fish like that. Come on, bro.
Lost their jobs. Game industry layoffs and churn is definitely a thing we've talked about in the past. It is still ongoing, but as you probably know, I mean, like the Lord of the Rings brand is going to continue. You know, the money is going to keep churning somewhere else. Other studios are working on Lord of the Rings games, publishers, stuff like that. So it's not the end, but for Daedalic's adventures with this, for now, it seems like it is. But that's all the news we could cram in this week. I got to go get back to work, but let me know what you think about this.
Hey, man. That sounds pretty dope. I don't know what's gonna play next. Let's pause that. I don't know what's gonna play next. There wasn't much wasn't much news on, you know, Elder Scrolls and stuff like that, but let's stop this real quick. But I mean, hey, we feel it seems like we got a couple of years to wait on these games, bro. It seems like the game releases are gonna take longer and longer and longer to come out, bro. So I mean, I don't know, man. If they gonna take so long to come out, they just need to, when they finally do come out, keep the content coming, man. Like, take the formula that Grand Theft Auto took and just make it to where we can play it for years. If we gotta wait 5 years on end, 6 years on end for the next release, because the game rollout these days is really slow, bruh. It's really slow. But man, it's your boy Shaka B and that mafioso, the done died, the coldest ninja with a nunchuck, swinging behind his back, aka Shaka Black, aka Shaka Fuego, aka Shaka Flame, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man, in the comments down below. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. If you don't like it, dislike it. If you hate me, let me know, man. Say it to my virtual face, man. Get in there, man. Get in the trenches. Hold on, let me stop this before I start playing. It's your boy, man, signing out. Peace.